I've already asked some of you if you'd maybe like to share some things that maybe perhaps you learned on the trip. I don't know. Maybe a spiritual moment you had. Maybe a God moment. Maybe you had some problems with another person. You reconciled that over the course of the trip. I don't know. Maybe you just had a really spiritual moment. Maybe you got a memorable moment. Maybe you got something that's funny that you want to share. I've already asked a couple of you. So what I'm going to do now, did you fart? Oh, I know what you we'll tell you about that in a minute. So who would like to go first? Who wants to kick this thing off? Don't make me beg. Hunter Morgan, the Boys of the South. Everybody get a
Voice of the South.
How many guys seen the black homeless guy who can talk really nice?
I want to be that guy.
I already went in jail.
Come on down for your free time. Hunter Morgan! What do you want to share? Hey, let's give Hunter some respect. Let's give Hunter some respect. Hunter, what do you want to share with us?
Well, Daniel.
There were several great speakers. One of them was a devout Sunni Muslim. And he got disowned by his papa after he accepted Jesus into his life. And he ate bacon that night. And he does not like cartoons like Dora or Barney because he thinks Dora is an illegal alien because she carries a book bag, a map, and a flashlight. And he thinks Swiper is immigration.
That's what you learned over the course of the trip.
That's not all.
So go ahead.
And
he wanted you to be quiet, so he's holding.
respect the speakers. And then there was this time that
it's hard not to laugh. It's points at so
okay, all right, let's work this. Let's
okay.
Everybody can do this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And then I learned from the Muslim how to stand up against people that think that your religion is wrong, and I learned that you don't have to defend people like your youth pastor when the people say they're stupid and
Who would say that?
they don't know what you're talking about. And just keep inviting them until they come. Like, that's how he accepted Christianity and got kicked out of his house by his dad.
Make it sound beautiful. Give it up for Hunter Morgan.
Cody.
Nope. Shut up. Yep.
Alright, on a funny note, Jordan Brown set the record for eating the longest duration of eating a sugar daddy.
Oh my God. Yes, he did.
For about 6.5 hours of sucking on that sugar daddy.
Yeah.
But on a serious note,
How would you say that?
You always want to start out with a little comedy. He knows something about public speaking. You start out with comedy, then you go serious.
on a serious note, getting to see one of my favorite bands, Need to Breathe, was awesome. Get to be front row with a bunch of my good friends I became close to, which are these three girls down here, which are really cool. I've become really close to those, having good friends. Also learned from some speakers that it's not about me. This walk, what we call Christianity, not a religion, because religion is stupid. All religion is just a bunch of laws to try to make God like you, and that is not what we're about. And it's not about me, it's just God loved me no matter what. And I finally got that through my head, and I thought that was really cool, and I finally figured out why I've been living so defeated, why I haven't really had it click in my head yet. But I finally figured out it's not about me, it's just about Him.
Thank you, Cody. Good. Hey, I got a funny one to share with you. There's a little joke on the trip. Maybe you've heard this before, but I got a text message Tuesday morning from Mark Bass, McKinley's father, and the text message said, "McKinley's got pink eye. Did you fart on his pillow?" Yes, I did. Go ahead. Everybody who's in my room, I farted on your pillow.
No. I got hit in the eye with a jacket.
AKA my fart.
Did you really fart on my pillow?
Go ahead, we're going through your
Did you really fart on my pillow?
Let's not do this now.
I'm not taking your sock off.
I'm not wearing socks.
See, that's a little gross. Maybe she's a mistake.
Whenever you wear flip-flops, you wear socks.
But
Got you there, didn't I? Shut up.
you're also wearing pants.
Can you not wear flip-flops and pants?
That's just getting.
Where's your turban?
My turban? Erica took it home.
Shut up.
What?
My turban.
That's not smart.
Anyway, go ahead with what you're going to say. Hey, let's listen to what Tommy Fuck's going to say. Just say that.
I thought it was pretty cool how I got like almost front row with Casting Crowns, and got to see like everyone around me worshiping and just having a relationship with God.
Thank you that's what you're
That's about it.
Thank you very much, Tommy Fuck. Oh my gosh, Tyler, please come here. You worry me every time you get on stage. It's because of camp. That dance you did at camp. I think that you can do it. And they climb that like a man climbs a mountain. Okay, what do you want to share? Please don't do anything that's going to make me angry.
He started track.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let's listen to the little man. It's on.
Just check.
Okay, you put it up in your mouth and you can talk now.
Okay. On a funny note, on the bus drive, I stuck tampons.
Help those, please. They are patrons too, by the way.
Okay. I'm a hardware youth pastor. There you go. Go ahead, Tyler.
It turned out to be scented.
Alright, give it up for Tyler. You got something serious you can say? We're done about the tampons.
Then the person
Please.
took a picture of it and sent it to everyone. You saw it, didn't you? Yeah, you took it.
Unfortunately, I did see it last time.
You know what?
Do you have anything serious you can say? Say it then.
On a serious note, what I learned on the trip was not everything needs to be a joke. There's a time where you need to buckle down and be serious at the right time instead of goofing off all the time. And
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Are you done? Alright, thank you. Give me the mic.
Funny to say, because we had some crazy times on the talk. But I learned from Miss Gina and from reading after the first night when all the girls got together that just one smile for that one person can totally turn their day around. So that's kind of what I've kind of overviewed everything, and I've reevaluated how I look at people and the way that I have my facial expressions when I look at them. So that's what I kind of did.
Thank you. Give it up for Taylor. Now for Taylor. All 87 pounds of her. 86.
Okay, so I rode Miss Heather and we pulled up at, what was that little restaurant thing? I don't know.
Oh boy.
Anyways, we pulled up and it smelled like doo-doo outside.
There's cow patches everywhere. Listen.
We get out of the river and we're like, what is that smell? And Natasha just standing there. She's like,
she steps out of the van. She's like, oh my God, dude, what is that smell? Yeah. It was hilarious. Here's my question though. How can you do all the challenges that you do? The cinnamon challenge, you ate the cupcake with mayonnaise in it. Then you throw up. Alright, what else you got? I thought it was awesome.
Okay, so my serious thing is, I think Cody said it, it's not all about me, because the speaker was talking about what does God want for your life, and I've never really thought about that, because I'm always like, what do I want? But he said to think about what God wants.
Thank you. Give it up for Word's Colliers. Yay! Alright, thank you. McKinley, hit the stage. Never heard McKinley yell. McKinley yelled for the first time on the trip. McKinley, do you want to say what you said? What you yelled? How about this kid likes to cuddle? I bet it with him. Like, I remember McKinley slept the same bed. The first night, around 3 a.m., I woke up and his knees were in my back, and I was like, I swatted him off. Felt his head kind of close to my pillow. Second night, I sleep kind of on my back on my side like this, staring at the ceiling. And I woke up around 3 a.m. with him in between my arms, like on my chest, with my arm around him. And I was just like, this is the gayest thing I've ever been through. And rolled over. Hey, McKinley, what was it that you yelled on the bus?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, yelling at me.
Here's the story.
Here's the story. Go ahead.
It was hilarious.
It was pretty funny. Alright. Miss Heather, which is the cop, was in front of us.
Right here, you put the mic up to your mouth, please.
You're going to have to hurry. You can't do anything fast. Go ahead. Alright, we got to stop talking. We got to hurry. Go ahead. Say this.
Alright. Miss Heather was in front of us, which was a cop. Alright. And cops don't run yellow lights at all, which is stupid. So, Miss Grace is kind of an aggressive driver. She's aggressive.
Alright, go ahead. Go ahead.
But anyway.
Go ahead.
I have
So,
15
okay.
minutes worth, McKinley. Would you hurry up?
I'm sorry.
We were like 6 in.
I'm serious. You need to stop taking breaks. You need to tell me what's going on.
Alright, so anyway, we're flying, and then all of a sudden, Miss Heather likes to slam on the brakes. And then so, we were in the van, which has never had new brakes on them. And so, we had to swerve over to the next lane, and barely miss them by like 4 or 5 inches. And then,
We almost died.
We got out measure.
No.
Go ahead.
Might be close.
so my first reaction was to roll down my window and scream Miss Heather. And which I did. So, he rolls down my window, Miss Grace rolls down my window, because the van's windows don't really work.
Also true.
So, I stick my head out and yell at Miss Heather repeatedly. And so, I yell, and she talks back, and I yell some more.
What did you yell?
I yelled that, I did say that. But, I yelled at her, and I said, we almost hit you. And she was like, I'm sorry, and I was like, it's whatever. And so, the green light, it turns green. And then, so, all of a sudden, you see Eric stick his head out of the back window. You know, and of course, it's Eric, he's going to say something retarded. So, he goes, we're going to beat you. I said the first thing that came to my mind, which was, shut up.
Did you yell it?
Yes.
Hey, can you yell it just like with the mic? Yell it just like you did. Alright, go ahead, say your serious thing. We're going to have to edit this.
Please don't. That was probably the highlight of the trip.
Go ahead.
My serious thing. The last church I was in. That's cool. Last church I was in, we went through. Take time.
You can go ahead and tell him. He's going to do that. Shut up! I'm like, I love you. But you just tell your story. Ignore him. I do it all the time. Just talk. Can you just tell your story?
But okay. Alright, that's fine.
Sprinkle the baby. Go ahead.
Alright. It's your baby. But anyway, my serious note was
Last church you were in.
last church I was in, we didn't really, when something bad came up, it just got worse and worse until it ended up breaking up the church. And through this youth trip, I found out that when things get worse and worse and worse, that we can handle it. Like,
We don't have to say what.
okay. We went through some pretty bad stuff.
The situations.
Yes.
That's just what we refer to it as. No, go ahead.
The situation.
But
Go ahead.
it's just good to know that this youth group right here won't ever break up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy.
I'm sorry, go ahead. There's more, go ahead. You're going to make one of them cry. I feel like who's it going to be? Go ahead.
Alright, the good things that came out of this youth trip was that I got closer to certain people like Jordan, Cody, Lance. Not, yeah, I
Oh,
did
you
talk.
were really close to that.
I'm talking about emotionally, not physically.
That's a little awkward.
You should have been there.
He was totally there. Anyway.
My bad. I also got closer to Thomas and John Stephen. Where's John Stephen?
He's sick.
John Stephen smells horrible. He really does. I feel sorry for you, Shane.
Is that all you got to say?
Your hour and a half is up now.
He's got one more thing. Go ahead. I mean, seriously, say it.
Alright.
10 minutes, this kid. 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Alright.
Just end it. Just.
Alright.
Can you go ahead and hit the stage? Start coming this way?
Alright. My other serious thing was when we went into the huge conference room. Like, you're sitting outside and it's,
Are you saying ADHD? You need some medicine. Oh, boy.
but as soon as you walk into the huge conference room, you just all of a sudden get hit by this presence. And it's like the presence of God. And it was just amazing. And then once Casting Crowns went up, it just like double, triple. What's that word? Quadruple.
All right. Thank you very much, McKinley.
I think the first night, the statement that the speaker said about what does God want, we talked about that in great detail as the girls when we had church time. And I think for me, I'm always counseling people. I'm always trying to give them advice. And what I think God impressed on me is the question back to them of what does God want. Really has stayed with me long and hard as far as what questions you should ask. And a lot of time you as teenagers, you have the question of what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And I hope and I wish that the question would come to your mind, what does God want? That's what I would hope for you. That's what I hope for me, because I needed that with, a very simple statement. Nothing, that a doctor had to tell me. It was just simply, what does God want? And I can tell you on a personal note, I've gone to a lot of youth camps, and the only other one that I recall that there seemed to be so much going on, just lots of things going on, lots of things to distract you from what you needed to be focusing on. And that one time, and I realized I told somebody this, was the time that Jennifer came and prayed to receive Christ, Jennifer Fuji. And we also had another one, and so I pretty much think of that as an incredibly awesome camp, because out of that, Jennifer's soul was saved. And in that, we also had another soul saved, and I would do it 1,000,000 times again for that. I enjoyed getting to know you. I now feel like, I was telling the ladies, the ones that I got to know a little better, I can now officially yell at you, slap you upside the head if necessary, and I have fun comfort in that, and I love you all.